Hello, and welcome to another SES 3D modeling live stream. My name is Mark. I'm your local vehicles production coordinator, not video production. We're off to a bad start here. And I'm here with Andy, our senior 3D graphic designer dash vehicle. How you doing, Andy?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, that's good. So if you guys are joining us for the first time, this is a series of streams where we are going through what it takes to model something for a truck right from the very beginning. So this is episode 4. If you missed the first 3 episodes, go check them out after this one. But in the meantime, you can see the progress we've made on this very cool modern moose bumper slash roo bar slash bull bar slash grill guard. Andy, tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we're still in the detailing phase of this model. I think for the recurring viewers, they're familiar with what we've been doing. I think today we'll just finish up the details on it, do a slight optimization pass, and we can start applying some textures and materials to it and do some UVs maybe, depending how much time we have.
Before we get into it, can I make some tweaks?
What kind of tweaks?
I think we got to move it up a little bit. I'm not digging that gap between the grill
You've
and
been
the...
saying move it up for 4 episodes now.
I could have.
Okay. You mean this
But
part,
I
right?
didn't. The whole thing, just like move it
The
up.
whole thing?
The
You mean
whole-
like
the whole thing? The whole
literally
thing.
everything? Okay.
Bump it up, yeah. So yeah, a little more. Whoop, up. Chat, what do you
By
think? Let's
2 centimeters.
yeah. Okay, so let's take a look around here. Okay, that's looking good. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe around the other side there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, we
Let's
kind of
turn
close
off the
that gap
wire
up a little bit between the bottom of the grill and the top of where the bumper begins. Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, I see what you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
Okay.
And maybe I'm a little. I think we talked about this last time. Was we were going to square off the side, like the top bars on the side, instead of having the round bar there. We were going to do a square, kind of like the top of the bumper.
What do you mean?
So if I can steal your mouse for a second.
Yeah.
So what we were talking about was see how this right here it is like nice and squared off.
Yeah.
And we were talking about kind of having that same style across here.
As you want this cylindrical shape to be more square instead.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah.
We could do variants as well, but we can play around with it.
It's up to you,
fine.
buddy.
You're the creative director.
Oh,
of
it's
this
up to me.
project.
Then yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
can square
get
it
on
off,
it.
make it more squarish. No problem at all.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Matt's is happening this weekend. That's the Mid-America Trucking Show in Louisville, Kentucky. So lots of cool content coming from there, lots of really cool show trucks, and lots of opportunity for us in the trucking video game industry to get some inspiration about all the cool rigs that are happening. Andy, do you know about Matt's? Have you ever
Not
heard of
at
it?
all. Can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
Joe Alex is saying, bring it closer to the truck. Or is this gap enough?
No, you don't want it close to the truck.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
We're,
Sorry,
we're
Joe.
we're already quite close.
Sorry, Joe.
We could bring the side of the bumper somehow back a little bit, but I'm worried that might kind of ruin our like the kind of modern sleek look we're going for.
Okay. So we're just playing around with a different sort of shape because you want it a little more squarish here, so we can.
Yeah, if you can somehow like copy the polygon that we made up above. Not polygon. What's the word I'm looking for? The shape.
It's
The
easier to
quadrilateral.
just start it from scratch. in
Really?
this case. Yeah.
But isn't it easier to like build it up there so you can get the same angles and all that?
Oh, you want it to have the same kind of slope?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we could build it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could definitely
Use
do
it
that.
as like kind of a
Yeah, as
a
like a
reference,
helper
yeah.
geometry in this
Yeah.
case.
cool.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Nice.
Everything is possible in 3D.
The bull bar cannot touch the grill because that, the bumper is attached directly to the frame, and the hood doesn't attach directly. It actually has some bushings in the hinges. So if you were to have those touching each other, they'd be rubbing each other, and you just damage your grill. And the whole point of the bumper is to protect the grill. So, you want to leave some space in there, especially if you're going to hit something. I mean, that's what this is there, is to protect you against a hit with some kind of debris. And, you want that bumper to be able to absorb a little bit of energy without coming into the hood. And the new hood for a Kenworth right now is like $25,000, $30,000 before paint. So unless you get one of those like fiberglass ones, but I mean, who wants to do that?
Okay.
So Andy, what's new in your life?
Same old, same old.
Yeah, just speed running with all those
models.
key presses and clicks and
Just
not telling us what
working.
you're doing, or we're just over here in the dark wondering.
It's the same thing that I've been covering for the past 4
All
episodes.
right. So if you're not sure what Andy's doing, go back and watch episode 1.
As you can see, I'm just mainly moving objects and vertices
Mhm.
around and adding bevels and just playing with shapes. So
Okay.
so you kind of prefer something like that?
Well, I want like the same way the bar comes up and comes into a 90. I want that sidebar to come up into a 90. See how it's rounded at the top, that bar, the vertical, the outside vertical.
This one,
Yeah. So I want
I'm not quite following what you're.
I want this to look like this. So like the bar continues up and goes across in the same way this one does.
But that's pretty much a whole different design of a bumper. So
No, it's the same.
that would be basically reworking this one. I would rather do that as a variant and keep this one the way we had it. Because
Sir, I am the production coordinator here.
in that
I am
case,
coordinating production.
duplicating this and moving it would be easier.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I understand what you mean. So you want something like that, let's say.
Yeah. Chat, what do you think? This or the round bar? Let's let chat decide. Because they're the players. They're the one who played this game, and I'm just one guy, you know?
Okay, let's just delete this for the time being. Just imagine it's connected.
All right, we got 2 for round. I don't think I would like the angle design over the tube design, but I kind of dig it. Okay, that's 0.1 for yes. Light Pyro agrees with me. Fire exclusive. We're not friends anymore.
My personal opinion on the matter would be we keep it the way it was and then just have this as a variant. Because to me, they're quite different designs in this case.
I thought we were friends, Andy.
It's brittle like that.
I know, right?
Exactly.
So fragile. Demented Gaming 518 also agrees with me. Let's check the YouTube chat. YouTube, we don't forget about you. Okay, we do forget about you because you're going round, and so we're just gonna go back to Twitch chat here. Yeah, okay, it's gonna stay round.
Sorry.
Yeah, I knew I should have stayed home today. Benny, you want to switch? No,
But
You're
it
good
would
over
be
there?
cool
All
to
right.
make variants of it at a different point. Because then we can...
Are you just control Zing all the
I
way
could
back?
just restart the scene. That would probably be easier.
What do you think you get paid
Yeah.
per click?
Oh, I'm not allowed to disclose that information.
Like half of an Indian rupee?
What would the conversion rate on that be?
I don't know, but I know like a rupee is not much.
Okay.
My
so
dad's over there right now, eh?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Thought he
Yeah.
was in Canada still.
Nah, he's being a tourist.
Okay. Yeah, so we just need to do this blinker light now, right? It's a blinker? Or is it like a positional light,
It's
right?
a chicken light.
A chicken light.
It's a chicken light.
Okay.
Now, originally the design was a square one, but I think we should go with a round one
A round...
because round lights are
Okay.
cool and square lights are lame.
What if we do
But
something
I mean,
in
square
between?
lights. They got square lights on the fender, so maybe the square lights suit it better.
Yeah, I think because it is quite a square shape. What I would do is keep it square, but kind of round the corner. So maybe I'll just do an idea of what I have in mind.
Someone
and-
said do a watermelon, and you are now with Air Cruise into the Hoodmere Club of shame. So
Don't need this.
watermelons are for eating, not for trucks.
Round this corner off,
Mhm.
and then round the whole thing like that, for example.
Do you need a reference for what the light should look like?
I think we could just wing it at this point.
Can we hop onto the Google real quick?
We could.
Yeah. So go to Google and just search like 2-inch can light. What do we got there? These are not the things. Add truck in there somewhere. Just anywhere. Just Let Google figure it out. Yeah, there we go. So this
Okay.
is a variety of.
Oh, but these are the ones that would be like attached to the side of it, right?
Yeah, a lot of these are roof lights or side lights.
I
or
made
something like
this
that.
one for the Kenworth tuning pack already.
Oh, you did? Yeah. So that's a watermelon light.
So we could already slap it on.
No.
but I don't have the model.
No. They belong on the roof, not on the bumper.
Okay, okay. But it would be something like that.
No. That's also a roof light. Well, no, it's not. What are you talking about, Benny? Can the chat hear you? Don't talk to me if the chat can't hear you because they don't know what's going on. Then we're just having I'm just having a conversation with nobody off to the side. It's not professional, Benny. They need to know what's going on.
That's a good point.
Sorry, chat. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for. Type in bumper corner light or something with truck in there somewhere. So this is kind of how we do our research sometimes, like on the go. Like we have a research department, and they'll a lot of times give us really good references, but sometimes we're just like last minute, like winging it with some search engine. This isn't working, so I'm gonna
What
try
if
and
we
search.
just search for a bumper of the similar style that we could
We could.
inspire from?
This is too logical for me.
Yeah.
2.5 inch bumper can clearance light. How come I find it on the first go and you're over there not able to find it?
Because the default on this is DuckDuckGo. So
I wonder who we can blame for that. Benny. Can the chat hear you now? No. Be quiet. Benny's trying to blame other people. I guess we should have prepared for this before the stream, right? Like, this looks really...
it's not like I didn't tell you.
Yo, I was busy watching Matt's
you were
videos.
Very, very busy before the
So
stream.
basically what it is it's an aluminum can with a stud in the side. And that bolts into a hole in the bumper.
Okay.
And then on either side, there's just 2-inch lights that go into it.
Okay.
So there's a red light on the back and an amber light in the front.
All right, I see. So it's
Yeah.
double-sided.
Yes.
All right. So this wouldn't make sense.
I know what you were going for, but you're going for is more like some kind of auxiliary LED driving light. Yeah.
So this wouldn't fit.
No.
We want a double-sided.
Yeah.
Okay.
Head over to generictruckpartwebsite.com.
And we also need to make a connection for the chassis and the bumper. I included the chassis in the scene now. So you can see how it's...
Oh, yeah. I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually quite detailed for a chassis model.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame. Like, somebody went through the effort to do all this.
Yeah,
and
to be
like,
covered by a wheel.
99% of players
In
will
the
never
shadow.
see it.
So my bumper lights comes up with some good results. Let's try that one.
We are 4 streams in now, and I've never asked the question. Chat, what kind of bumpers do you guys use? Do you like more like utility bumpers on your long hood trucks? Or are you using like logging bumpers, those low bumpers that scrape the ground? What do they call them? Street sweepers? Like that? Like what Andy has up on screen? Or are you guys using these big old moose bumpers to protect your truck? I'm very curious. Andy, what do you use on your truck?
It's a loaded question.
Is it?
Yeah, because I don't have a truck.
It's in the shop still, isn't it?
Yeah, you could say that.
Andy put his car in for a very quick maintenance
Suspension
job.
change.
Yeah,
and it's been 4 weeks already.
Yeah, and it's going to be 4 more.
Probably.
Well, you know, at least the weather's beautiful and it's perfect weather for driving, you know, so it's not like you're missing anything.
True.
It's not as interesting as going
Is
out.
it something like this?
No, I'm trying to pull it up
okay.
here. Yeah. This is
like-
all part of the process, okay?
Exactly.
Okay, chat?
I feel like we're going to spend today's stream just looking at reference pictures.
I mean, you can keep doing something. We still got other stuff to
All
make
right.
there, too. You didn't have to...
You said that we can improvise the connection.
Yeah,
in the
I
back
mean, this
part,
isn't
so-
something that the player
Exactly.
should be able to see without DevCam. And
So I'm going to add this here so I can close it. And I think I have sort of an idea for how I would connect it.
okay.
So the bumper would kind of slide into
No.
the...
No, absolutely not. So you see those 2 brackets that come down below this?
This, right?
Yeah, and on the right side, there's that little flat part.
Uh-huh.
That is where the bolts would go through for the bracket.
Okay.
Probably some more places than that too, but for our purposes, it's this.
All right.
But
as you can
generally, you can
see-
just have like a big kind of flat bracket there.
It's quite a simplified mesh anyways, so we can just play with what we have already.
Okay, so we want double face, dual revolution? No. So this is like a really simple design, Andy, kind of like this.
Yeah, I
Right.
made one of those actually. It's already in the tuning pack.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find the exact one I'm looking for.
So
and
what
it's
you're saying
not,
is-
it's not just because it's the one on my truck.
What you're
I'm
saying
not trying to
is,
get that in the
though,
game.
we
Yeah.
could technically
Steal it from the other bumper.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but then everyone won't get to see your sick modeling skills, my dude.
that
Chad,
is
don't you
true.
want to see Andy model everything from scratch and not cheat his way through?
It's not cheating.
I know
It's
how you, I know
borrowing.
how you 3D graphic designers
It's
think.
borrowing.
Borrowing.
All right, so that would go like that, right? And then what?
Here we go. This is
some
the
sort of
one.
connection. I'll extrude this because I want a little bit more intricate shapes going on, something like that. Yeah. All right, we could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be easy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
we could do that.
Chat. In case you're wondering,
Let's just do the connection really quick.
I probably shouldn't show
Show what?
what exactly I'm looking at.
Is it confidential?
No. But we're doing our own design.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we can get inspired.
Yeah. So let's see.
How?
Who's using? I asked the question earlier. Who's using these big old bumpers? Cooper likes utility bars. Cooper also says he can hear Benny.
Oh.
Yeah. Da.
Bring this down, actually, because that would make more sense.
Hamster Trucking uses Moops bumpers on his IRL truck. Herd bumpers in particular.
Would a connection like this make sense?
No.
No? Okay. How can we
So
improve
it needs to go lower because the hinge is
Lower.
usually at the bottom. Because if you have it that high, it would actually
Uh-huh.
fold back into the tire, which is not bueno.
Okay,
so
it should,
pretty much
it
just
should
like-
lay here, and then actually this hole should be higher for the license plate, actually, right? So I have it all
Mm.
wrong, you would say. Like this should be more like that,
Yeah.
and then our connection should be more like that.
Yeah, but it can it's gonna hook up from that same spot, but it's gonna come down.
Yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it can be very basic. You don't need to get fancy with that.
Yeah, I
thing at all.
am gonna get
gonna
very
be hidden in there in the
basic there
shadows.
because typically on those backsides, undersides, we don't want to spend too many triangles.
I got a buddy that's got one of those really low bumpers, and it's actually not even that low of a bumper, but he drives a car carrier, so they already sit quite low. They have lower suspension, low profile tires, so that they can fit taller cars on the rack. You know how many bumpers he's been through in 2 years?
Guess like 4 or 5.
6.
6. Okay.
6.
I was close. I
And
was close.
he just lost another one recently,
Oh my
so
God.
it's still on there, but it's gonna be number 7
Oh
pretty
my
soon.
God.
So shout out to Kyle, just keeping the bumper industry alive with all his purchases single-handedly.
Okay.
He's a good sport.
Does that make more sense?
No, it would probably be flat because it's gonna come out. So even though the hinge is gonna be at the bottom, it's gonna be flat all the way up because 2 reasons. One, the bracket to actually lock it in is gonna be at the top, and 2,
You mean
it's gonna want to
flat
spread.
like that or what? I'm
No,
not-
it's gonna come straight, but also go down.
Can you find a
I'm gonna
reference?
hold on.
You need a This is why we use
I'm
references.
gonna bring up Microsoft Paint. Paint.
All right. In the meantime, I'll just do a small block out of the type of light that we need here. So I'll
Thank
just
you,
start
Andy.
with a basic cylinder.
Okay, so I got my pencil.
Put it where I need it.
I don't know how to use Microsoft Paint apparently. Okay,
How do you not?
so you got your bumper
Mm-hmm.
and you got your
I wish the stream could see that.
you got your frame, right? So what it's gonna do is it's gonna come down and connect to the bottom of the bumper here, but it's also gonna be straight across here because it's got to absorb spread the impact out. You know what I mean? Because if you had it just coming straight down the way you had it like that,
That
it would
curved
bend.
part is this?
This is the frame. Boop, there's the leaf spring.
Okay.
That's the axle.
I get it.
Here you go, chat. You can see my drawing.
Can you zoom in on that?
Benny, can you zoom in on that?
Benny's asleep.
Benny, what are you doing over there? Are you painting your nails?
It looked like it.
This is my drawing. So
This
is the frame. This is the leaf spring. That's the axle. And then this is the bumper. And I was explaining to Andy how this is the bracket. So when I need to communicate with my colleagues about how something should look, this is generally the way. So I apologize to all of my colleagues. This is professional Mark at SCS quality. Mm-hmm. Not actually. I usually try to get them like actual, like real life references of stuff, actual photos, but it's kind of hard on stream.
This is the next best thing.
Yeah.
So something like that.
I've got like 500 gigabytes of reference photos on my hard drive.
Something like that.
Huh?
Can you show?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That's looking better.
Maybe I'll push this a little more.
And there would be like some kind of whole hinge mechanism and all that, but we're not even going to bother.
Yeah, we're going to simplify it. Because we just want it.
We don't need more polys to slow down your guys' computers.
It's not just about that. It's more unnecessary work for something that won't be so visible in the end result.
Someone called me Bob Ross.
The Bob Ross of references.
Right. Benny, should we do a giveaway for my drawing? Frame it, put it in your house.
Need this? No, I don't.
So once again, if you're just joining us, this is episode 4 of our bumper modeling stream where we're making a new bumper for the W900 to give you guys kind of a rundown of making 3D models. So we're using Maya as the program. You can also do this in Blender, but with different commands and tools than what Andy is currently using. Andy is, you've been at the company how long? 3 years?
In July, yeah.
3 years in July, and he's a senior 3D artist. Do you like bingo?
Bingo?
Yeah. Do you do like lawn bowling?
Nah, not really into bingo.
Because you're a senior artist, get it? Ha ha ha.
Leave.
Anyways.
Just leave.
Yeah, Andy's like super talented. I worked with him a little bit to, I shouldn't say I worked with him. He did the international LT, and then him and I kind of riffed at the end of it to perfect it. And really nice working with Andy.
Yeah, likewise, actually.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
You're very useful in my day-to-day process when I'm stuck at something. Usually I don't Google stuff. I just message Mark.
I mean, that's pretty much my job. I'm kind of like support for you guys, right? Like, you know, instead of you guys having to go through some like process of like trying to research on your own and wasting your time, you guys can be like, Mark, I need this. And then I'm just like, all right, I'm on it. And then I do it.
Okay.
Sometimes successfully even.
So would you say that's more or less accurate?
Yeah, good enough.
Good enough? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
And that should be like black too. Like, so like whatever the rest of the bumper is, that would just be like black painted.
Yeah, it would be color matched with the chassis, I think, more. No?
No, it's just black.
Okay.
Some guys might go through the effort to like color match it, but yeah.
I mean, in terms of our end, when we apply the materials, we would probably assign the same one as the chassis just to help it blend.
Yes.
And to kind of hide it in the dark. Because this is not a part you want to be very visible.
Correct.
Right? Because if we look at our other... Let me just hide this stuff. Bumper that's already in the game, it's just clipping directly into the chassis. So it's even simpler. So we try not to complicate in this instance. Now we do have this kind of...
So we have two options here. We could actually make this a hole and then go through the effort of modeling like a tow hook behind there and all this stuff, or we can cover it with a license plate. And I think you know what we're going to do, chat. We're going to cover it with a license plate. So
okay.
We're going to make a license plate hanger, though, so it's not so like jarring. Because, you know, if you have a hole for a tow hook, you don't want to like bolt the license plate over it, because then when you need the tow hook, you got to take off the license plate. So we're going to make a little like hanger for them. I'm sure you guys see them. California DOT doesn't like them very much, but #outlaw trucker.
just do the light real quick because it's very simple.
How big is it?
So it'll be something like. Do you know the exact dimensions of it?
Around 2.5 inches.
Centimeters, please.
Chat, how big is an inch in centimeters? Somebody help me out here. Mark or Andy, does your team do all of the truck parts like the air hoses and trailer connecting in the game?
Part of that is done by the programmers because I think some of that is actually made programmatically because we just hook up locators and then the code actually does the rest. So it's a team effort.
Should be like 7 centimeters, like 6.75.
Okay.
Yeah, so like they did all like the actual programming to make like the airlines work, like truck to trailer and bounce around and all that stuff. But we modeled the pogo stick and the connections and all that. I think that's what Andy just said, but I was busy doing maths, so that took like all of my brain capacity. I couldn't listen at the same time.
Perfect.
Was it already perfect?
It was already perfect.
Wow.
I'm just that good.
You're so talented, Andy. I'm so glad we have someone like you on the team.
Okay, now I'm just going to duplicate the light object and
slide over to the other side.
Yeah, to create the connection there.
Cheater.
How's that cheating?
I don't know. I just want you to like individually do each part without like having to like being able to mirror it to the other side and stuff.
That is not practical.
I think you missed some. Or are you doing every second one?
I'm doing every second one, so I can delete it. So I went from 16 to 8. Which is probably much. I would maybe prefer 6 here, but yeah, I think 6 is better. So I'm just going to delete 2 random ones. Not like that, like that. And that's not a circle, but now we're just going to go into edit mesh and circularize. So who's laughing now? Who's laughing now?
No, just the what it turned into for a second there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so that works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it will turn any inputs
now
into a circle.
What about the placement on the bumper? I think it should be a little bit lower. It should lower. Yeah, little lower, right there.
Okay. All right.
Nice. I dig it.
Yeah. And the reason the mesh is very simple is because all of those details you showed me, like the little bump here and then the kind of bevel details on it, will do everything in texture instead.
Oh.
Yeah, because
we can actually use texturing to make it somehow 3D.
Yeah.
Andy, can you explain this process to me?
That's called normal mapping.
Okay.
It's basically, instead of using the vertex normals to tell the light how to bounce, we can use a normal map, which is basically saying the pixels on the texture instead will retain the lighting calculation information. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay.
So you're kind of spoofing it. Like it's not actually going to be 3D. It's just going to appear 3D.
It's not on the mesh.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, the lighting is being bounced by the texture. I think it will be easier for me to explain it once we start to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we could even bake it from a high poly mesh. So let's just finish up the main parts. I think we can just give me a second. I always like to duplicate special so that I have a better vision of what I'm doing. So we can say that that's more or less finished. We just have to deal with the hole here. But I think the easiest solution here would be to cover it up with a license plate.
Yeah.
But in that instance, it's better to not have a hole here at all. I was thinking if we're following the... So this would be for a tow hook, right?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or... Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of the time, these kinds of bumpers don't actually have tow hooks in this style, like the ones hidden behind the bumper. Usually they kind of have like their own somehow, whether like it's some eyelets you can put a D-ring through or something like that. But in this case, because this bumper's like super flat and like stylish and less utilitarian.
Can we do that instead? Because I kind of like that better.
What would that be for?
For the tow hook that's not there. Or that doesn't make sense. Okay. All right, we'll keep it here. Question for Andy. Do you guys use Substance Painter? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And hopefully we'll get to use it If not today, maybe next time. Because Mark has a lot of suggestions for our bumper here that we were close to finishing. But
I just realized my hat's been on backwards the whole time.
okay. Yeah. So I think we can just ignore the hole for now. Or you wanted to do that piano hinge for the...
I want you to do a license plate hanger.
Okay.
Do I need to draw another picture?
Yes.
Okay.
But from what I saw, that was quite simple. It was just a
All right.
square.
It's basically just a square that the license plate bolts to, but the way it bolts to the bumper is kind of hinged. So it kind of looks like...
We kind of need to fix this, though. So I'll just duplicate this. Get rid of that. We're just going to fake the insides of the connector. Going to reverse the normals. And I'll grab all the faces, and if I hold control and middle mouse while I'm in move mode, we can move everything only in its normal direction, which is really cool. So I'm just going to push it back a little.
Okay, Andy, if you see, the license plate
It should come up a little, right?
come up.
Like come out of the bumper a little?
Yeah,
Like
so
stick
you
out?
can see the bumper.
Okay.
So the first part is like an L bracket that's bolted to the bumper, and it ends in a
I
hinge,
see, I see.
and then it hangs down, and then the bottom just kind of comes down to support it. You know what I mean? Against the bumper.
And I'm
usually
looking
it's
at
like a
it
little-
vertically, right?
Yeah, like this is like a sideways cut,
Okay. Okay.
and then the license plate is bolted to this part.
No, that's very simple.
Benny, I have another painting. Can you zoom in? That's my diagram. So this is a like hanging license plate hanger that would go flush against the bumper, but you can like lift it up to access the hole for the tow hook or whatever. And in our lore, there's going to be a tow hook back there. Let's keep it simple.
All right. So we'll start again. Very primitive shape. Can you load up that reference for me?
The one I just closed.
Yeah, you're gonna have to draw it again.
Peter.
But it looked very simple, so it would be bolted on like, I guess on the inside it would make more sense, because then we can look at our normals. Do it like that. Snap it.
These are all such low poly images. One of my friends just DM'd me to tell me that my drawing was terrible. I feel a little bad.
What a great friend you
I
have.
know, right? Do you know who you are? I just had one. Oh, there it is. So yeah, this is what it looks like. So you can see like the hinge exposed at the top.
It's just a block.
Well, I'm doing my best, Andy.
I thought of making it a little more, but we could literally just put a key.
No, it's just like it's quite square, yeah.
Okay.
But it shouldn't be open on the ends. That's just unique to this one. It should look more like
Should
Why are
like
these-
this from your drawing. It should be more like this, right?
yeah. But it's literally just like a cut piece
Yeah,
of
yeah.
stainless
for it to
steel.
hang,
Like there's
yeah.
no real fancy bevels in it at all.
Can we keep the bell?
No. You got to keep it realistic. Like we did with the bracket behind the bumper. It's super realistic.
All right.
Not at
Yeah, not at all realistic.
Hey, shh.
At some point, I would revisit that and make it more detailed or believable. But because I'm working with 0 reference images at this point, I think it's better we just leave it as it is and worry about it some other time. Yeah, we don't need that. What else do we need? So something like this.
I'm getting messages from our team lead right now.
Our team lead.
Yeah.
He
He says we're doing terrific.
Are we talking about Yarda or Namibia?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, we're talking about a secret project.
Last time I talked about a secret project on stream, I ended up on a AP 101 video. So that's not gonna be happening.
You're gonna end up on it again. They're gonna
It's
talk about how
not
you
gonna be-
referenced it. Every time that happens is another video. So shout out to AP 101, I guess. Oh,
I'm
no.
not saying anything anymore. Okay. I
Yeah, you
see.
just be quiet over there. You're just supposed to
Yeah,
be modeling.
yeah,
What are you
yeah,
doing
just
trying to
clicking
interact
that.
with the community? Get out of here. You're not a community manager. Oh, neither am I.
So are you happy with that?
I'm happy with that, but what about the piano hinge at the top? Can we do that with the
That
normal
would be
map?
in texture.
Yeah.
that would be in texture.
See, I learned things. Now I know words like
But
normal
we
and
do
map.
need to have a cut for it because the piano hinge would be something like that, and then so we can actually put the normal map detail on the face of it. Otherwise, we would be inefficiently using our texture spacing. So that's where the normal map would go. It's like a zigzag pattern, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite simple.
Yeah. Well, it's not like zigzag, but yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But also really quick, if you can go back in, zoom in. So right now you have it just kind of like coming out of the bumper.
Mhm.
There should be like another part of the bracket that comes down at the back, and that's where the bolt actually goes through into the bumper. You know what I'm saying?
Also, we should do the bolts as well.
Uh,
Because bolts are cool.
I don't know how far should we get into it with this? Like how
Put
this is
bolts
a lot
on
of
it, put-
polys
put
for something
bolts on
that's
it.
just like holding a license plate.
Listen, when our technical director looks at this model, he'll have a mini heart attack.
Yeah, Dan's gonna be mad at us.
But
You think he's watching?
No.
Okay, so
No.
he doesn't
No,
have
we're
to know.
good.
He's
We're
not gonna
good.
know.
just don't snitch on us, Chad.
Yeah,
And-
Chad, don't tell them.
Yeah,
Don't go to the forum and tell them what happened.
exactly.
Are we gonna put this bumper in game? We don't know yet, because like,
If Dan approves
yeah,
at this point.
sometimes we get a little eager to do things, and then people are like, no, and then we're like, okay,
Okay, so
no, wait,
for the bolts.
What are you doing?
Trying
Okay,
to,
you gotta go back to my diagram.
which you don't have.
I know, I closed it again. Paint. Okay, so like what you have right now is like this, like that, and then it's just like coming out like this.
Yeah.
But there needs to be the part here that comes down. So it's like but and then piano hinge, and then that part's attached to the bumper like so, and then the rest of it is like hanging. Yeah, now you're picking up what I'm laying
so
down.
it should be further up, further out. Not that much, maybe.
It really doesn't need to be out much at all. Like it's like
this.
a quarter of a centimeter.
And then this should be like that, right? And then the bolt would be
Yeah.
at the top.
Yeah, now you're
okay.
getting it. Now,
Yeah, and that
Okay.
will look really cool.
Yeah, so now you see
actually.
why I'm like, okay, we don't really need to model the bolt because it's gonna be back in
I'm
there.
Putting the bolt on it.
Okay, put the bolt on.
Putting the bolt on
See, I tried to optimize, and then they're telling me that no, we can't optimize.
it. We can optimize this. We can make it four-sided. With our again, wrong buttons. With our trusted circularize tool. Now here's a neat thing. When you have a cube, but you want it to look like a cylinder, you just grab all the edges, soften them, and then from a distance from the side, looks quite rounded. For something small like this, we don't
You
need...
can't just add like two more faces to that,
Why would we?
so it's round.
No.
Oh my god!
It's more fun this way. This is what we do. If you check a lot of models, sometimes it's even a triangle that's just smooth.
Oh my!
We put it like that, and I would just intersect it here just so I can save two triangles on that.
I would bring the whole thing in even closer though.
Okay, that's not a problem.
Like it's quite a small space that it sticks out because that back part should be flush against the bumper, right?
Okay.
And then the front part only needs to be like literally. I'm
Think
trying to
I've
convert to
messed something up here.
quarters and eighths of an inch to centimeters in my head here, like maybe like 5 millimeters, 4 millimeters.
Where did I go wrong?
Where did you go wrong?
Yeah. Just give me a second. I have to fix it.
Someone wants to see us do the interior of a truck.
The full interior, that's months of work.
Yeah,
What would be easier is to do...
that would take us like 5 years in
Yeah.
weekly live streams.
Yeah.
Not practical.
We
Sorry,
could do
Kat.
parts of an
We could do
interior.
something. We could do like a
Like a
like
cabin
a-
accessory.
yeah.
Did my bio break again? Okay. Yeah, to restart real quick.
What? No.
No, we don't have a background this time. Don't worry about it.
Okay, we don't.
Yeah. Sometimes you hit the wrong button and things go wrong.
Wardog 196 wants to know, what is it that we're trying to model? And we are modeling a license plate hanger or a license plate bracket. Some guys call it a swing plate and they're wrong. That's dumb, and I don't like that term. No reason I don't like it. I just don't like it, and I'm right. So it is what it is. But yeah, so it's just the holder for the license plate, and it can swing up so you can like access whatever's behind it. In this case, we have our imaginary tow hook, which you can't see and is not modeled, but according to the lore, it is there. It's funny because it's supposed to be a hex bolt. So like if we just made it double the polys, it would
we
actually
could just harden it and it would look more accurate.
Yeah.
We could do that. We could also do that. Not like that, Maya. There we go. Yeah, so we just harden this edge. We might as well go all the way. Okay. Who cares about triangle count at this point?
Blender and Maya, that comes down to a purely preferential choice.
Yeah.
Some people prefer Blender, some people prefer Maya. We're about 50-50 in the office, but because of our tools are made for Maya, even when we make the model in Blender, at some point it'll have to be imported to Maya for us and exported that way, I guess. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
No, I'm learning. Nice.
Yeah, pretty much. All of our internal tools are made for Maya. Yeah. This part I'm not entirely happy with, but I think for now we'll just ignore it. Because
we can clean that up later. It doesn't really
when we have a better reference. So I think, would you say this is complete now?
There's one thing in chat. Tell me if you agree. I'm a little something about that bottom bar underneath the headlight. I feel like there's something missing there. Like either that bar needs to go up a little bit, or something. I don't know. Like something's not sitting with me right there. Maybe I'm just being like really picky and perfectionist. Okay, zoom out a little bit. Yeah, right there. That looks better, right?
Can you compare it like that? Yeah, you're right. You are right. That looks way better.
I almost feel like there needs to be some kind of like. Can we try putting like just a flat piece at like the back of the bar? So from the bumper to the back of the bar, so it's like hiding the front of the fender there. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, so like it'll go from the back of the bumper straight up in that gap, and like kind of meet up with the back of the bar there, the back of the lower bar. No,
draw it.
Oh my! You're messing with me now, right? So you see how there's a space between the main part of the bumper, right? Okay, hold on. There's a space. Is my hand gonna get cut off?
Yeah.
Benny, open it up so I can draw, so I can point. This thing on the screen, the mask. Open it up. See my hands disappearing? Yeah. Open it up all the way. I can't. You can't? Okay. Okay, so from like right here. No, that's the axle. Turn it more.
Like here?
Okay. Give me the mouse. So I'm going to try and do this through the screen. Okay, no. From here to here. I feel like we should have like a filler plate in the back to kind of hide this, because this is just a rubber piece and it's not so nice to look at. You know what I mean?
I think you're just splitting hairs at this point, but sure. So just put some plane behind it, just to cover it.
Man, you know what? I'm just a truck driver trying my best in a video game world, okay?
I get it, but we've strayed so far from the concept already. I'm just trying to honor Standa's work here, you know? So if I'm understanding you correct, You just want something like that.
Yeah. No, that looks kind of goofy, don't it? Go
Yeah.
to the front again. Go to the front.
Wait, let's just push it in like, and make it the same color. What's the point?
Yeah,
No,
it looks goofy.
told you.
Okay, the bumper needs to be moved up again.
This guy. Okay.
Okay, go to the side. Yeah, right there. Okay, that's good. No, too far. Right there. Go to the front, straight on. Never mind, I lied more. Actually, no, that's good. That's good. Leave it. That's good. We're good. Andy, we're good.
Saying lower it.
Well, it's already 18 inches. We can go to 20 inches.
It's up to you.
Yeah, let's lower it to 20 inches.
So just
Give the people what they want.
Exactly. So just do that. Oh, a little.
You need to add 4.72 or 76 centimeters.
How much you say?
5.75 centimeters.
5.75.
Yeah. Like we're lowering the bottom, right? Like we're making it
Yeah.
longer. Yeah. Is this going to mess with the triangles?
No.
Nice.
Are we happy now?
Actually, yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it should be 20 inches. Can we get 20 inches on there? I'll convert it to centimeters for you.
20 inches on what?
From the top of the back part of the bumper to the bottom. Like, yeah, you know how it kind of rises up there at the bottom?
Like-
yeah, that part.
Like just
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 20 inches to centimeters. So it should be a total of 50.8.
Perfect.
Hold on.
Yeah. Don't leave me hanging. That was horrible. That was awful. Okay. So I think we could say that this is finished.
What are the dimensions of the plate hanger? Because it seems like it's either too small or
We
the hole
don't
is too
have
big.
any. So do you
Okay,
know?
let me Google the size of a typical American license plate. American license plate dimensions. Can you get your measuring polygon ready?
I'll just use a cube.
It's 6 by 12 inches.
Please convert it. Our units in Maya by default only work with centimeters.
See what I got to deal with, chat?
15.24 on the length.
That
would
the
be
height, 15.24
on the height.
on the height,
15.24,
and 30.5 on the width.
30.5.
Yes. What?
What?
That doesn't seem right, does it? You messed up. Hold on. What are the dimensions you used?
15.24 and 30.5. That's what you gave me.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems
Kind of squarish.
That seems not what like an American license plate actually is. Oh, I found an image. Okay. This says 6 inches by 12 inches, which is what we just used.
15 by 30. Yeah, that's
Is
what
that
people-
really what our license plates look like?
I think they do.
Really?
We can load a model of it.
I'm a little I'm questioning reality right now a little bit. Like this doesn't seem right.
Prism nodes locator for the license plates.
12 inches, 6 inches. Apparently that's the size. So we need to make that plate hanger much bigger to support the license plate.
Okay,
So it
but
needs
just
to be
the
taller
hanger
and
or
wider.
or the hole as well.
Now the hole can stay the same size.
Okay. That should be easy. So we just need to match. This would be the license plate itself, right? So it would be like
Yeah, it's just like maybe like 2 point whatever centimeter, 2.34 centimeters bigger. I don't know. I
would
just
actually
whatever
bring
looks
it-
good, man. I'm giving up at this point. Just make it happen. Do your job.
Yeah, until you storm to my desk and say, "Why does this look this way?"
It's more like politely walk over and ask you,
Okay, so something
gentleman
like
to
that.
gentleman.
Can-
I would go even maybe a little bit wider. Let me pull up the reference again. Back.
looks
It's
pretty
it's
close.
well.
Let's see it. No, so it should be 520 by 111 millimeters. So if they're saying, so that's 52
That
by
sounds like
11. That's not.
that's
definitely
European,
wrong.
my friend. We are in America.
This definitely wrong.
Well, we're not in America. We're in Europe. But this bumper will be in America.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be a little bit bigger still. I think it needs to be taller by a little bit.
We're just gonna.
Oh, too far. A little more. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
And then wider.
Easy.
A little more. It's like wider than it is tall, yeah. A little more. Kind of like that.
Okay.
Chat, what do you think? Are we happy with that?
Well, looks all right.
We'll make it work.
I like the hole in the back from the side. Kind of
Yeah.
adds a little more depth to it. We could also close it out, but save a little bit on polygons. But
Should we
in
just
this
put like a whole bunch of chicken lights across the bottom too?
But that would be done via locators. That wouldn't be in the model.
Really?
Do you know the pins in the game where you? can
Oh,
add
yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
So that would be done in a different way.
Oh.
Yeah.
But in all of our other bumpers, it's in the model.
On this one, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Get out of here, Andy. Like I don't know my own game. Was that you, Benny?
It was.
You hitting the cymbals back there?
Okay.
I think you hit the cymbals back there. Oh, I hit it with my elbow. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Chat, what is your general opinion on lights? I actually had a discussion with this with my colleague Oscar. We were talking about lights, and he's a fan of just like lights everywhere. Like he'll put a light in every hole in the grill. He'll drill holes into the side of the cab just to put more lights in. And I'm the kind of guy that like, I just kind of like the factory lighting, and like maybe like we did here with just the one extra light on either corner of the bumper for like a little bit of accent lighting. Generally, I'm not a fan of like air cleaner lights or like even the lights on the bottom of the cabin skirt. Chat, what's your opinion on it? Air Cruz, unsurprisingly, said he puts lights everywhere, and I can imagine they're even on his hood mirrors. Yeah, lots of guys are pro lights.
More lights make it go faster.
That's stickers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every sticker is plus 15 horsepower, right?
Your car has a lot of stickers.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
You don't have to lie to
It's got more than it should have.
Okay,
See?
yeah, that's
See?
that's true. That's true. I didn't put them there, to be fair. So.
That's true. I'll give you that. Benny, does your car have any stickers? No?
Yeah.
None? Really? Okay.
She put some.
Yeah. You should put some flames like down the side. It's an Octavia. That's a powerful car.
Can you put Baconator stickers on a car?
110 horsepower, and I'm fine with that.
110 horsepower or kilowatts?
Horsepower.
You have a 1.6 in that thing?
Yes, sir.
How long does it take you to do 0 to 60? He hasn't got there yet.
How much does your car have?
Listen,
And
the
Chet
Metro-
can hear me
good.
now. And
You
Chet
got
can
it
hear
good
me
on that
now.
one.
the Metro is fast, man.
Yeah, you good on that.
Those subway cars go 0 to 60 real quick.
Yeah, but I
Roasted.
think we can conclude the model here. And would you say that it's more or less done? I think we can lock it in, and just ignore the connection on the chassis because it's not that
Yeah,
important
we'll
for now.
fix that later.
And then for the next episode, we can start to apply textures and materials to it. Or is there something you're not happy with? And we
I'm just looking at that gap between the top of the bumper and the fender. I still feel like it's kind of, yeah. I feel like it's still kind of high. I know the Kenworths are kind of naturally like that to begin with because the grill is a little bit lower than the fender.
It's the concept.
I listen. We strayed from the concept, right? Throw that
Yeah.
concept out. I'm sorry, Stenda, but
So-
we're not using it anymore.
We know that this is 20
Yeah.
inches, your favorite measurement unit. So we shouldn't mess with the
No,
proportions.
no, no. I'm thinking to move the
We could
whole
just
thing up a little bit.
move it up.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, you want
whoa.
it covered.
Just a little bit. Yep. Okay, down a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Go to the side. Let me see how it compares to the side.
Wait, I shouldn't have moved this part, but we can snap it.
Amateur. Chat, what do you think? What are you doing over there?
Trying
Oh.
to fix it.
Oh, you locked it? That's kind of cool.
It's snapping.
Oh.
And the hole needs to move again.
Is that black piece there just so like
No, the black piece is to cover the hole that's from the other side.
it's still good.
So because if we hide it, we'll just get
Oh,
that.
I
Yeah.
see.
All right.
Okay, I think. Well, now we've raised it up so much. I'm gonna start hiding.
So we should bring it back down.
No, now I'm looking at the bars on the top bars over the headlight. Now I'm thinking they're a bit high. You know.
With this bumper,
I can't. Okay. Just bring everything down.
The bar and then the top of that pillar. Yeah, yeah. That was easy. You're
It
making
was.
a big deal about it. Okay, that's perfect. All right, we're leaving it alone. That's it. We're done. We're done here.
I
So-
wanted to show a little bit of our material system this stream, but I guess we'll do it next time.
So if you're wondering why things take so long to get made at SCS, it's because of people like me. I am the problem. But yeah, no, I think we're good. So everything in the model now is done. We have our license plate hanger. We have our lights.
Yeah.
We've got everything else done the way we want it. Chat, what do you think? Is this missing anything? We have 2 minutes left to add something.
Can you do a poll?
What?
A poll
A poll?
to vote on it, or
I don't know how to do it.
Can we
That's-
put
that's
the
Benny's
hood mirrors on it?
okay, then don't do it.
You know one thing I miss? Box art.
Said no, add nothing, save it. I agree with that.
Who said that? Was it Air
Nightmare
Cruise?
SE.
Nightmare's all right.
Yeah.
Nightmare, yeah. If he says it, then that's what we're doing.
It needs more cowbell. Okay,
We could put a cowbell on it. That could be fun.
we could.
No, let's not.
But that would be more accessories, just as external toys.
That's something a lot of guys do. We need like a rear bumper accessory node because like a lot of guys will hang like bells or cowbells and stuff like that on the back of their trailers.
Okay.
But there's other things they could hang there that's not so polite either. So maybe we shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
No,
know.
never mind. Never
Yeah.
mind. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on this modeling stream and putting up with our indecisiveness and our amateurness. It's been a pleasure having you here, and we hope you learned something from Andy's lightning fast skills. Remember to check out our other episodes, too. If this was your first time watching us, we have 3 more episodes. Actually, 4 more episodes, because there's the episode 0 as well. where we
Yeah,
modeled
that was
the Bulldog.
True.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead and check those out. And remember, guys, for all the latest news on everything SCS, American Truck Simulator, and Euro Truck Simulator 2 related, be sure to follow us on our socials. Stay tuned to the SCS blog. And always come by the live streams. You never know when Andy's going to accidentally leak something. So, Andy, do you have anything to say?
No. No.
Okay.
Not after last time.
So thanks so much, guys. We'll see you guys on the next live stream. Take care now.
See you.